In this video, we're going to be talking about the T2 Mulled Wine Magic, going off the beaten track, and we're going to be looking at that and doing a review of what that's like, talking a little bit about that. And if we haven't met before, my name is James Follent, and I love wine, and I make videos for wine lovers to learn more about the world of wine. And this video, we're going a little bit different. We're reviewing a tea and looking at a tea that is flavored like a mulled wine or mulled wine magic. So it replicates what you might imagine to see in mulled wine. And I've brewed it here for me. So the process of brewing this tea is 1 scoop, 1 T2 scoop per cup. That is 100 degrees Celsius water, and then you leave it to brew in something like a teapot for 3 to 5 minutes. And as is handy, the things are listed on the bottom, on the base of the tin for those ingredients. And there were 120 grams of tea in this carton as well, so you can make at least a dozen cups of tea from that. Is what I'd expect. So it's got the kind of zesty, spicy, relatively sweet, and that'd be because some of the ingredients are apple pieces, hibiscus, rosehip, cinnamon, ginger, cloves, star anise, and anise. Star anise, natural and artificial flavoring, orange wedges, ginger, cloves. I'd almost be expecting some cinnamon, but that's probably the cloves coming out as part of that. So it's quite a nice tea. It's a fruity, zesty, enchanting winter favorite that encapsulates all the aromatic flavors of traditional mulled wine. Each sip is a fragrant journey with a touch of spice to warm you up from the inside out. And as I look at this on a cold winter's night, I'm definitely feeling warmed with this nice hot cup of tea. I usually tend to drink my coffee black, my tea black, my wine red, and I tend to favor kind of the bigger, bolder Shiraz Cabernet Sauvignon. So this is probably a little bit on the sweet side for me, but it's still nicely spiced and quite delicious as a cup of tea goes. I wouldn't want to add any sugar to it. And the ginger and clove come through quite nicely. And it's a tea that I taste that inspires me to go learn how to make mulled wine properly. So I might make that in a future video of how to make mulled wine and have a look at that. Otherwise, this is a delicious tea. The only thing that I'd kind of faulted, but I guess it contributes to freshness, but the lid here is incredibly difficult to pull off with how it is sealed. I almost have to jam a spoon or a knife under that lid of the tin to pull the tin off, because kind of just pulling like that is a struggle, or I have to kind of wiggle and it makes a kind of interesting sound like that to pull it off. But otherwise, it's quite a delicious looking tea. Let's see if we can get in any closer there on what's going on inside. I'm trying to put the lid back on. It's also a bit of a challenge as part of that. So it's quite a nice tea. Would recommend. I got this tea as a Christmas gift, and it was from T2, but I believe it's a tea that they only make as a Christmas special here in Australia. I'm not sure how much more widely it is available, but it could be a nice stocking stuffer or gift on its own, looking at something for a wine lover in your life, picking out a T2 mulled wine tea, or the T2 mulled wine magic, as is the case. It's a beautiful, delicious tea. It almost reminds me of kind of a spiced mead as part of what goes on as part of that tea. definitely would recommend giving it a try if you can find it on the shelves of a T2 tea store near you, as part of thinking about other alternative products that are kind of like wine or wine flavored with a mulled wine tea, which is what links it in to my channel. So let me know, what did you think of this video below? Comment below about any kind of wine flavored products or wine style products that are not the traditional bottles of wine that you might be interested in me reviewing in a future video. And if you're enjoying the content that I'm creating, make sure you make yourself a cup of tea, give it a sip, and tap that like button. It helps suggest content like this to other people on YouTube who may be interested in seeing it. And if you're new here and you're enjoying my content, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. Otherwise, I'll see you in my next video.